Hey guys, Thrasher here, and we have our last set of balance change previews. Let's talk about it right now. Okay, so these came from the official Facebook Dragon Ball Legends fan page. As you can see here, we have one Sparking and two Extremes. It is Coora, Cabba, and the god himself, Yamcha. So let's go through these real quick. I was really hoping that the Coora one was going to end up being Turles, because I have Turles, pulled a ton of them. If you've ever seen my Super Saiyan 2 Gohan summoning video, I've never pulled Coora. To be fair, he wasn't good before. Let's talk about what's changed now. Coora will receive incredible status buffs, while his troublemaking abilities and his special skills stay powerful the same way. His Z ability is also upgraded at 5 stars, which makes him a crucial character in movie sagas parties. Now, the episodes, characters from the movies, sagas, however you read that, I forget how it goes, but that is getting buffed across the board. There are a ton of characters that were in that tag that just were not good. They're all getting buffs, so hopefully that will be a good tag now. Keep in mind that Gogeta is in that tag, Janemba's in that tag. That could be a legitimate tag in the future. We'll have to see. One of the other things that I know a lot of people are going to point out is the fact that Coora is pretty much only getting status buffs. That's all he's getting. Some people want the special skill, the green skill, to be cheaper. It's one of the most powerful green skills in the game. If you made it only cost 25 or 30, it would be so crazy overpowered. You would have to choose Coora every single time. It destroys 3 of your opponent's cards, so they can't do a long combo. It does bleed. It's got a chance to faint. It's an insane card. So Coora does have a couple more things working for him now that help, that made him less powerful before, more powerful now. One, he has a main ability that increases his card draw speed, which means that if you really wanted to, you probably could sidestep with him and get a couple extra cards off if you have the key. 2, like I said, his tag is becoming more powerful because lots of those characters in the sagas from movies tags are getting buffed, and their Z abilities are getting buffed. 3, his stats were not great before, and if he's really getting a huge stat boost, he might actually be fairly viable. The only thing that's really working against him now is the fact that he is a ranged unit who is based on blast damage, and he brings 2 strike cards to battle. So we'll have to see what actually happens here, but I don't think he's going to be your best option, even if you run a Sagas from Movies team, but you'll probably still put him on your bench. Okay, so next up is Cabba. So Cabba, in addition to status buffs, his Z ability upgraded at 5 stars will power up base strike attack and defensive characters from episode God of Destruction Champa Saga S even further. Z ability with huge potentials, question mark. There aren't a lot of characters that are even in that tag, so I don't think that's super useful right now. He's getting a stat buff, but I mean, I guess you could put him on the Saiyan team. At the moment, I don't see any huge potential to Cabba here. We'll see, but there's nothing here that's mind-blowing. And then the last and most important update is Yamcha. In addition to status buffs, his Z ability upgraded at 5 stars will power up green characters, base strike, and blast attacks even further. Boost number 1 popular character Bardock even more by forming a green party with Yamcha. Yamcha's job is to make everyone else look better. You're not gonna use him. I guess maybe if you're running something like a green yellow team, you could throw him as a bench unit to buff both of your green units. That would be useful, but overall the status buffs don't matter because you're not going to use him in combat unless you're trolling people. And if you're trolling people, I don't know how much the status buffs are really going to help you because you're probably way better than whatever people you're trolling anyway, so who cares. Overall, I think all 3 of these buffs are pretty underwhelming. All 3 of these characters are pretty underwhelming. With that being said, let me know what you think about the changes to these 3 characters, if you'll be using any of them when you weren't using them before but you still had them, or what you think they should have done to make changes to these characters. And that's all I have for this video. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.